Hey everybody, we're here today with something I don't usually do. I'm not huge on Japanese stuff, honestly, for the reasons that I can't read. That's like one of the big reasons. I know there is a huge following when it comes to the Japanese stuff. On the channel here, we want to make sure that all criteria when it comes to cards is explored. So I never really want to turn anything down, and with the hype of One Piece, you can't. Like, with what they're producing, with what they're bringing out, the hype is going to continue. It's one of the longest running Japanese anime shows ever. It's been around since I was a kid, and I didn't really know about it. When I was a kid, Dragon Ball Z was the biggest at the time Japanese anime style show that was converted to English. Other than Gundam Wing, which is another one we watched, and I don't know, like even One Punch Man. I watched a little bit of it, but One Piece, there are so many episodes of it. I have never really been able to sit down and watch or enjoy the show. Maybe once I go through these cards, I might find some time and might just see the popularity with this. Like, this is definitely one of the more upcoming popular brands when it comes to shows. This is the OP5 set. They've made it into the English stuff, but it's definitely harder to get both of them. It doesn't matter. The English ones are a lot less produced. Let's dive into this, have a look. Obviously, you want the Luffy cards. Those are the more sought after ones, the secret rares, the arts, the full art ones. Let's dive in and see what we get. All right, so we got 4 Japanese booster boxes. I believe there is, from what I know, 24 packs in these with 6 cards each. So let's dive in. Definitely a lot of small packs. So let's get into it, see what we get. When it comes to the anime stuff, honestly for me, Dragon Ball Z was always kind of number one. That's gonna be your rare. Dragon Ball Z was always like the OG for me, anyways. So even getting into this, I opened some of the Dragon Ball Z ones, but I don't know, just I didn't find there was a lot of information that was given about it. So a lot of it was just kind of unknown. Again, with modern day technology and things things becoming more mainstream, it's a lot easier to find out either through eBay or through collector app, TCG Player, TCG Republic. There's definitely a lot of avenues to kind of go down to at least see, 1, the value of cards, 2, to see if it's worth it. Because, like, honestly, there's a lot of packs and a lot of cards that you can buy that probably aren't worth opening, but it's just worth keeping and just kind of seeing where it goes from there. At the end of the day, I have the list up here. There's very few on the list that I see that are worth like crazy money. And yeah, honestly, it is hard to tell which ones are worth obviously more than the others. I'm hoping I didn't go through any ones that were worth good money. Opening these packs is definitely very time consuming. And doing it for the masses when it comes to these smaller packs like this, where there's 6 cards in it, it definitely becomes a very time consuming process with regards to 1, waste, 2, just the lack of number of cards you're going to get in the set, or in the packs, that you're unsure of which ones are going to be worth the most, especially for someone like myself who doesn't speak Japanese or doesn't speak Cantonese, doesn't speak Mandarin, doesn't speak any type of Asian language, it's definitely hard for me to see and able to understand a lot of this. See, this looks kind of cool. We're gonna assume maybe it's something, hopefully. But definitely from the popularity of the show and everything else, it seems like the Luffy cards, the alternate ones, a couple of the other ones are worth a good amount, a good chunk of change. So just gotta pay attention for them. But it's definitely hard to tell as it goes with. So from what I see from this set, it seems to be there's about 4 cards that are really sought after. The 2 Luffys, the alternate, and the, which I believe is, well, that's kind of cool. The alternate, the foil, and the foil and sign, interesting. We got Eustace Kid and Law Trafalgar. So those are the ones that are going to be obviously hugely sought after. There's not a lot to this set that's going to be like, damn, that's crazy. Like, there's 4 big hit cards that you're after. So, but that's kind of like, I don't know, maybe it's just being North American and used to all this sort of stuff. You know, you get into the North American Pokemon packs, and I'm pretty sure the North American One Piece version of this carries, I believe, 10 cards in the packs instead of 6. So it definitely makes for a grander experience. I get the simplicity of the Japanese packs in keeping a lot smaller number of cards that are in the packs. See, like, the artwork on these are actually really well done, and they are amazing to look at. I really wish I knew more about this, but I mean, again, this is part of the card experience when it comes to this stuff, and that's kind of what makes these cards like crazy high value. I mean, the Monkey Luffy one is, I want to say it's closing between $3,000 to $4,000. So, which makes the pull rate on it like crazy hard to get. And that's, again, one of the reasons with Japanese cards, it is hard to pull. I've never been a huge fan of it for that reason. But again, this is what makes the Japanese cards worth so much. It increases the value of it just because of the pull rate on any of these is going to be extremely hard to get. But like, even going through, like, you want to go into the old school, that looks cool. You want to go into like the old school anime for my generation would be, again, it's still Dragon Ball Z. That's like the OG for me specifically. Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, those are gonna be like the main guys. And honestly, the Dragon Ball Z cards were cool and they look really nice, but I don't see a huge following into it as much as, say, One Piece. Even if you go into the Weiss Schwarz, I believe it is, carries all the Disney stuff, Avengers, Marvel. They carry a bunch of different ones that are gonna be I think I have this one already. They carry a bunch of different ones that are gonna be... Oh, and Star Wars too. They have the Star Wars ones. Pixar. It's definitely very cool to see. And it allows for something that really hasn't been done on the English side. When it comes to the... I don't know. For me, I've never seen English Disney 100 from Weiss Schwarz. I've opened up, I want to say like 3 boxes. There was a good amount of them. I mean, my daughter and our family were very Disney people. So it was definitely very fun to open. So seeing a lot of the Disney princesses and stuff like that. But there's no real English ones of that. Lorcana was basically the first English ones for us that we've seen that have catered to the card aspect of it. But oh, that's cool. But when it comes to like crazy English sets, other than I guess a One Piece is the biggest hype right now when it comes to English. I mean, obviously, other than Pokemon. Obviously, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has a catering and it has a brand to it too. A longevity brand. One Piece right now is kind of in its own little category. So that was the first box. I'm gonna have to go through it after, see if there's anything crazy in this, which I'm not sure. The only thing that's kind of weird to me is that they put different backings on it. So either that's throwing me off into a weird place that I'm unsure about, or I don't know. I gotta look into this. But let's dive into the second box. Let me just open these, because obviously it's very time consuming. Okay, so I have now opened up the 3 booster boxes, 24 packs, 48 packs, 72 packs of 6 cards each, which is very time consuming for this. So I bypassed that level for you guys. So let's just go through this large amount of cards, which I have just stacked here. So let's start with the first stack. Alright, so again, we're looking for the Luffy, obviously the Super Parallel, like it is very time consuming for this. I did not think it was going to take this long to open up this a numerous amount of packs. But I mean, hopefully there's something grand in this, because there is even just seeing the characters on these cards, like just kind of going through it quickly, it makes me very interested to watch this show. So it's definitely pulling me in. And I feel like a lot of the younger generation should, and people that have just kind of missed out on this show. When it comes to it, it definitely seems like something you don't want to miss out on. A lot of rares, nothing crazy. It's hard to tell if these are the foil ones. Like these cards are, if you've ever felt them, they're really thick. And it definitely kind of takes away of, I mean, honestly, once you add the foil to them, it definitely makes them a lot thicker. So I can imagine that probably some of these can be weighed if you had loose packs. So just take that as a cautious note. If you do find loose packs, they might have been weighed. I'm just gonna assume that. based upon how thick well, the Japanese ones anyways, based upon how thick these are and the fact that it's only 6 cards in each pack. So kind of the same idea as even, I want to say, the dollar store packs or Dollar Tree. Is that anything? Try to see the list up here. No. There is a ton of cards in this. Like, I am not used to the number of cards. Opening up the Japanese stuff is definitely a lot. And for me, whose lack of knowledge when it comes to this stuff is very limited, it is hard to know which ones, well, again, other than the Luffy ones, which ones are gonna be worth anything or nothing. Because a lot of these ones are just kind of overproduced, like not these packs, but just the cards in general. You're gonna get a lot of just common, hollow, non-foil cards. So it's definitely hard to tell which ones if you didn't know. If you didn't know, you're kind of on the outskirts of hopefully seeing which ones. It's kind of cool. I think I already pulled that one anyways. But I mean, the quality of these cards is awesome. Like, these things feel solid. There's definitely no cheapness to this. Oh, there you go. This is something. Yeah. It's on my, how many is this? It's on my top 15. So there's something here. A leader card. These packs aren't super expensive, so if you want to take a gamble, I mean, again, the top card is, you know, at least $2 to $3 grand. So you're definitely winning if you pull it. Is it worth the gamble? It's up to you. And I also didn't kind of point this out, but this has got a wicked texture. I don't know if you can see it. It's got a, just like a print texture. So where the hollow is printed on it, which is pretty cool. Where we're at. Just so many in the set. It's crazy. I know when it comes to a lot of these cards, a lot of them might have a lot of backstory to the One Piece show, and obviously there'll be some sort of, I don't even want to say it. Like, it's definitely gonna hit home, especially for watchers of the show. But I mean, with the characters that appear on these, like, it's definitely very enticing into wanting to really watch the show. A lot of very interesting characters. Let's just fly through this last little bit here. So foil, 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 foil. Nothing crazy. This one seems interesting, but not on the list of what I see. Foil. At the end of this, I gotta see what those, what the meaning of the different colored back pieces are. I didn't even check this back one. Oh, it is different. Okay. So maybe those are the super parallel ones. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm hoping that there's definitely something I'm hoping that there's something I missed out on. I've seen this card so many times now. One's kind of cool. It's not the red man. This is the red one. Interesting. So many. It's crazy. Alright, let's go to the last one here. Nothing crazy. Character leader, nothing with it. The print and the hollow, like the foil on this, is absolutely stunning. Like, the artwork on these has got to be, again, one of my, well, from what I've seen, like, for these full art ones, these are amazing. These are definitely well executed when it comes to the quality, and yeah, just well done. These are just well done. So many, just crazy. And a lot of the same ones. Like, there's just so many common and uncommon ones that are just printed. And I get it. It's like obviously filler for the big hitters, like the big hitters, like the Luffy parallel, the super parallel that's on the front of the box. Like, there's obviously a reason that one is worth the price that it is, because like when it comes to this, I don't think I've really pulled anything. I don't, like, the one card is pretty much it. So if you definitely plan on collecting this as a set, and even just kind of reliving some of this of the show, buy it, 100%. But as myself, I like to open up the hype. I like to open up. Well, there you go, something. Okay, it's in the, what is that, top 7. Okay, we got something. And a red back too. The film on this is like really cool. So I think these are the two big hitters from what I've seen. It's a really cool set, and it doesn't hit home with me, obviously, for the reason that, one, I don't watch One Piece, but I understand the hype, and it's definitely something that as a person who just likes that card aspect of it, it's cool to open, it's cool to see, and it's nice that it's not just sports cards and Pokemon cards that is going along with the hype. It's nice to see that there's a new avenue that everyone's going down. When it comes to Lorcana now, you have One Piece, English and Japanese. You have the Weiss Schwarz, the Disney 100, Star Wars, Marvel. There's always going to be the Digimon stuff that's kind of like in the background, and the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. I don't see it as high moving for those two, but from what I've seen so far, the hype exists for these, and it's going to continue to be there, especially for a show that has not gone away in 20 years. If you have a chance, buy it. Buy the English, buy the Japanese, whichever one, doesn't matter. Open it. It's at a good price right now where you're in the OP5 and the OP6 set. It's still cheap enough that you can buy it without breaking the bank, and at least have a chance to have something that, by the sounds of it, will stick. I mean, Pokemon's been around since 96, 95 from Japanese when it was Pocket Monsters. So if this continues down the road, obviously this is just the One Piece card is newer into the card aspect of it. If you have a chance, buy a box. Like it's just these little boxes, nothing crazy. Just put it away. Even if you just want to just put it away. It's fun to have, and down the road, maybe it'll be worth crazy amounts. I don't know yet, and nobody knows for sure. So it's definitely one of those things. Buy it. It's not super expensive. It's not gonna be astronomical yet, but buy it, put it away. If you love the show, open these. Pokemon has that high tier, low tier, Japanese, English. It exists not so much with the cards, but it's the limited when it comes to the packs, and it's just the availability. Some of them will have obviously higher availability than others. When it comes to these packs, these One Piece ones seem like there's enough. It's definitely hard to pull these big, like the big cards, and that's why there's 4 of them. From on my screen I can see like they're basically $1,000 each for the top 4. Like I don't know, sports cards is its own little category, but when it comes to Pokemon stuff, I don't know any card set that's got 4 cards are worth that crazy amount of money. Buy this, keep it, open it. If you have the availability to do both, do both. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, comment. Have a great day. Thank you.